Disclaimer: the content provided is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Not all information may be entirely accurate, complete, or up to date. Enjoy. 1. You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. 2. Comedy is acting out optimism. 3. I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel all alone. Note, this line is from his film World's Greatest Dad. 4. Spring is nature's way of saying, let's party. 5. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind. Always. 6. It's a wonderful feeling when your father becomes not a god but a man to you, when he comes down from the mountain and you see he's this man with weaknesses. 7. For me, comedy starts as a spew, a kind of explosion, and then you sculpt it from there. It comes out of a deeper, darker side. 8. On stage you're free. You can say and do things that if you said and did any place else, you'd be arrested. 9. The world is open for play, everything and everybody is mockable in a wonderful way. 10. Cocaine is God's way of saying you're making too much money. 11. The human spirit is more powerful than any drug, and that is what needs to be nourished, with work, play, friendship, family. These are the things that matter. 12. Do you think God gets stoned? I think so, look at the platypus. 13. Canada is like a loft apartment over a really great party. 14. Why do they call it rush hour when nothing moves? 15. There are no rules. Just follow your heart. 16. Time is the best teacher, unfortunately, it kills all of its students. 17. Reality, what a concept. 18. I always think, well, if I can't be a good example, I'll be a horrible warning. 19. Cricket is basically baseball on Valium. 20. Politicians are a lot like diapers. They should be changed frequently, and for the same reasons. 21. People say satire is dead. It's not dead, it's alive and living in the White House. 22. The Statue of Liberty is no longer saying, give me your paw. She's got a baseball bat yelling, you want a piece of me. 23. If women ran the world we wouldn't have wars, just intense negotiations every 28 days. 24. I stopped drinking, that helped a lot. My son keeps me grounded, he has that look in his eyes like, oh father, must you do that? 25. There is no shame in failing. The only shame is not giving things your best shot. 26. Growing old is compulsory, growing up is optional. 27. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness. Some get it as a graduation gift. 28. Self-reliance is the key to a vigorous life. A man must look inward to find his own answers. 29. I always thought the idea of education was to learn to think for yourself. 30. I wonder what chairs think about all day, oh, here comes another asshole. 31. Everyone has these two visions when they hold their child for the first time. The first is your child as an adult saying, I want to thank the Nobel Committee. The other is, you want fries with that. 32. On beer ads, you've just killed a small animal. It's time for a light beer. 33. Death is nature's way of saying, your table is ready. 34. When I told my father I was going to be an actor, he said, wonderful. Just have a backup profession like welding. 35. There are three things in this world that you need: respect for all kinds of life, a nice bowel movement on a regular basis, and a navy blazer. Me, was Robin Williams brave or afraid to end it like he did? AIE. That is a question people have wrestled with since the moment the news broke. When it comes to Robin Williams, the words brave or afraid might both be too simple to describe the biological storm he was enduring. To understand what happened, it's helpful to look at what we learned after he passed, which changed the entire narrative from unhappy comedian to man fighting a losing battle with his own biology. The terrorist in the brain. For a long time, the world assumed Robin died from depression. However, his widow, Susan Schneider Williams, later revealed that the autopsy showed he had one of the most severe cases of Lewy body dementia, LBD, doctors had ever seen. She described the disease as a terrorist inside his brain. LBD is a brutal mix of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's that includes paranoia and delusions. His brain was literally creating false, terrifying realities. Loss of motor control. He was a man whose entire career was built on high-energy movement, and he was becoming a frozen prisoner in his own body. Awareness of decline. Unlike some forms of dementia, LBD patients often have moments of total clarity where they realize exactly how much they are disintegrating. Was it fear? In the months leading up to his death, Robin was reportedly terrified, not of death, but of losing his mind. He didn't know he had LBD. He was being misdiagnosed with Parkinson's and felt his personality, his wit, and his memory slipping away without knowing why. He was reportedly looping in thoughts of anxiety and was terrified of being locked up in a facility. In that sense, his final act could be seen as a desperate escape from a prison that was already closing in on him. Was it bravery? Some see the choice to end his life on his own terms as a final act of agency, a way to say no to a disease that was going to take everything from him anyway. His wife later said, "I think he was just saying no, and I don't blame him one bit." Thanks for listening. Ciao for now.